So welcome back to 10 Things We Love. And this week we are covering an interesting one for us. Definitely an interesting one. We've done our Machine Head ones, which is a band that we could talk for hours about. We have done. Go check out the podcast.
Yep.
But we're now going to do 10 Things We Love About Green Day. Now, I won't lie, this was a struggle. Not because I despised them infinitely or anything like that, but because I don't care.
Yeah.
So finding love things where I'm like, yeah, that's rocking or that's cool and I'm happy with that. And not just be 10 songs, because there are Green Day songs I like. And I'm like, I can't just choose 10 songs, that's just shit. But I've come up with 10. Managed.
Yeah, I mean, I struggled as well, as you would probably imagine I would.
Yeah. More you than me, yeah.
Yeah. Same with you, I don't despise them, but I do dislike them. Immensely. So maybe I do despise them. So, yeah, but, you know.
You're probably going to want to watch our 10 things we hate about Green Day more than the ones we love, I reckon.
Yeah, there might be. I definitely found the 10 things I hate about Green Day easier to come by, but not much easier.
No.
Purely because I don't like them, so I don't listen to them. They don't have much impact on my life, and because of that, I don't know much about them, other than what I maybe knew.
Yeah.
So I would imagine any Green Day fans who are watching this, forgive me while I'm filling up my e-cigarette, but any Green Day fans that are watching this are probably going to absolutely refute everything I say.
Yep.
But who cares?
Don't like it, hit the dislike button. Don't bother us.
Still hit
Just watch it. Right, so I'm going to start off with my first thing. One thing I love about Green Day is Basket Case. It's a banger. It's still a banger. It is.
Oh.
It's catchy as fuck. The video's cool.
I
It
can't
was
wait to
very seminal.
get to the hate things.
I really, really like Basket Case. I think while it is overplayed, of course it's overplayed. It's overplayed for a reason. I wouldn't go out my way to listen to it now, but
Because of Kerrang.
Stop.
Sorry.
Basket Case is a banger. That's one thing I love about Green Day.
Okay. Alright, I'll do the more serious one. They can, or at least once were, a gateway band for a lot of people.
Oh, interesting.
So I kind of appreciate that maybe people went into like the pop punk arena, and from that went on to other things.
Cool.
I think even you, to a point, kind of did. Maybe not for Green Day.
Not for Green
specifically.
Day, no.
Do you know what I mean? So I can appreciate that Green Day may be an accidental stepping stone towards good music.
Yeah.
But you need those bands.
Positive.
I'm trying.
Be more positive, man. This
No,
is
but
terrible.
that is a positive, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're still saying it with a negative snarl. People that went into good things afterwards. That's unnecessary.
Okay.
They're sensitive people, Green Day, from what I gather.
Are they?
Yeah, so
Okay,
like...
I'm very sorry. If Green Day are watching this, I'm really sorry I offended you.
Good.
Yeah.
We're talking about love. One thing I love about Green Day, have you ever seen Woodstock 94 footage of Green Day playing? Fucking love it. I didn't
Nope.
see it until a few weeks back. So basically, Green Day played Woodstock 94, and I don't know what happened, I don't know the details, I only watched the video, but I don't know if something was said, but basically the crowd started throwing turf at Green Day.
Right.
Big, like it was rainy, it was wet, and there was loads of turf around. And basically it turns into Green Day just playing, so the bassist would play one note while Billy Joe Armstrong just has it's a grass wall. And by the end of it, the stage is covered in mud and grass. The band are covered with it, and it's so much fun.
Is this the infamous mud fight
Yes.
that they started off? Because
That's right.
I didn't know this, but I
Yeah.
read up this today. And do you know, I don't. This isn't meant to be a negative on Green Day. It's just what I read, and I thought was hilarious. Is that because of the mud and because the band were all covered in mud? I don't know if this is true, but it's what I read. One of the bouncers mistook one of the members of Green Day as a member of the crowd that had broken on stage. And there was a tussle which ended up with him breaking his teeth.
I think there's some truth in that. I think there might be some truth because they are pretty shit covered by the end of it.
Yeah.
But that video is a lot of fun, and it's good. That was Green Day back in their heydays of their punk 94. And it's very punk, man. It's very cool. It's very fun. What starts off, I don't know, might start off with a bit of aggression to it, just turn into a big old fun. And Green Day embraced it on stage, whereas a lot of people might have just kicked off. But I won't fucking play then. They didn't. They properly embraced it and went for it, and that's cool as fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
I worry that now that maybe my positives are also too negative.
Weighted towards the negative. Well,
But
try.
I'm
We'll see how it
trying my
goes.
best. All right, I'll try and get them ones out of the way.
All right.
Okay. Oh God, these are terrible. Okay. I like the fact that they pissed off John Lydon enough that he came out and called them a wank outfit.
All right, I've got to jump in and say one of mine is they had Johnny Rotten say they're not punks, which I'm sure your reason is the same as mine. If Johnny Rotten is saying you're not like something bad about you, you're doing something right.
Well, it was for two reasons. One, I just thought his statement was hilarious, and I love the line, "They're a wank outfit." So I find that hilarious. But secondly, the fact that you're antagonising people, just like I've said on the Machine Head podcast, stirring shit up is not a bad thing. If people are coming out and being opinionated from you, it means that you're in their eye.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's the positive side of it. But it was, for me, it was the quote itself was just hilarious.
I'll go on to my one because I said I've included it now because it's similar. Johnny Rotten saying they're not punks was part of that statement. I find it hilarious, and I love the fact that Green Day bothered him enough that apparently the voice of punk that we should all be listening to because he knows what punk is because he was in a punk band. I know how important the Sex Pistols are, but he was not the talent in that band, and we all know that. You can say it's controversial, but it's true. He was not the talent in that band, and honestly, he's not a talent as far as I'm concerned. And talk about punk, the guy went and fucking started doing butter adverts. Don't know what punk, what is he doing it ironically? Still getting paid.
Well, I'm not allowed to disagree with you, so I can't say anything.
Well, you're disagreeing?
No, I'm not allowed to.
What are you going to disagree with? He was not the talent in that band.
I'm not saying that, but I do think he is a punk. And
of course he's a punk.
He was a key component of...
But he doesn't get to decide who's punk.
No, he doesn't get to decide. But he's allowed, like everybody else, to have an opinion.
Absolutely. But it ties into what you were saying. He's obviously Green Day bothered him enough that he thought he had to say shit like that. Yeah. Oh, of course he's a voice. He was in the Sex Pistols. They were.
I mean, to be fair, he was asked a question and he answered the question. He didn't come out of his own free will and go, "I just want to make a statement."
Honestly, my one is about my statement that I read was he just said it. There was no question.
No, mine was he was in an interview. And in the interview, he was asked about modern punk and bands like Green Day, and he answered that question by saying he gets really. I'll never remember the whole quote. It was it wasn't massively long. It was like 3 or 4 lines, but it basically said something like, "It really annoys him that back in the day when punk was all about the dirt, the grime, trying to do this and the other, and really struggling to make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
And then this wank outfit like Green Day just come along, called himself punk, take all the glory, and." With their makeup on and all that sort of stuff.
I see, like his version of punk, the Sex Pistols, that would died. It was dead. It was weird move to. I don't see punk. When I say punk, Green Day, I don't think. I don't. When I say punk, I'm not thinking punk, Sex Pistols. I'm thinking pop punk. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't think that punk.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you completely. And I think that's where the thing gets lost in translation a little bit. Is that people do say that Green Day are punk, and to people that maybe are that other type of punk go, well, they're not. Whereas I would say they're pop punk.
Yep.
Which is very, very different to the Ramones.
Of course, absolutely.
They act like they're two completely separate genres, and therefore the argument no longer matters.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's that vague word in it. You call someone a rock band, but what does that mean?
No, that's why we broke it down to such
exactly.
levels. But all right, well, because I used one already, you go next. Go on. Yours apparently are hilarious.
No, some of them are. I'll do a good one next. Right.
I'm good one next.
It starts off with negativity, but it gets into positive.
Okay.
Right? I really, really dislike the song "Wake Me Up When September Ends." However, I am aware that it's written again. I think it's cancer again.
His father
who died of cancer. And when I didn't always know that.
Yeah.
When I read the lyrics, knowing that, I thought, while I still don't like the song, I thought it's quite well written, quite nice. I hated it a lot less.
Yeah, you did.
I appreciated it, I guess.
Well, on the Machine, when you talk a lot about lyrical content, and obviously lyrical content and understanding what it was based around will change your opinion, and I think that's a good thing. Yeah. If you're ever unsure about it,
positive.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree. I'm not going to mention it here because it's actually part of another video we'll do about that particular song for other reasons. But I really enjoy. I think it's a really good point. I think it's important people remember that. If you're unsure about a song or whatever, maybe someone's read the lyrics or try and understand what it is, what it's inspired by. It might just not change your opinion on how the song is. If you don't like the song, you don't like it. It is what it is. But it might give you new and fresher insight.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Fresher insight.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, mine's kind of silly, but Walmart refused to stock American Idiot when it was released because of the lyrical content.
Right.
But whereas a lot of bands will then give them a censored version, Green Day refused. So it was never sold at Walmart. Good on them. Fuck Walmart and its goddamn, we are the pariahs of goddamn Christian values in America.
Yep.
Good on you. We won't sell it to you then. And how big it was American Idiot without Walmart? I bet they wish they'd sold it.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on this next positive, and it is one of those ones where I'm stretching a little bit. Okay, so I'll tell you. I believe, and I've read, I believe that they are classed as the people that started pop punk.
Okay.
They are the original pop punk band. I don't know how true that is. I'm sure
It'd be hard to identify, but I'd imagine they're certainly
They're
going to be one of
definitely
the,
early. I mean,
the
they're like 91
early
or something
trendsetters, you
like that.
reckon?
Yeah, I mean, everything I read online was like they, when I was doing research on this, that was like the originators of the pop punk kind of movement. Well, movement. It's not really a movement. As
We
such.
can't sit here and research every little detail, people, but which
So-
came first, Ignition by Offspring or Green Day, basically?
Yeah,
Because
that's-
Ignition was
that's-
Offspring's first, but people forget that and just go with
Yeah.
Smash. That would be a big clue there, I think. But
And what I was basically going with it is that I'm not a fan of pop punk,
Really?
particularly. However, I am aware that it is not only a huge genre, but has had a massive impact on music as a whole.
yeah,
So any hand that they had in starting that off and getting people away from maybe pop, listening to pop punk, and then moving on from that, I think is a good thing.
yep. But yeah, that's great. Well, we're going to continue to talk. One of my things I love is the fact that American Idiot is a seminal album and will forever remain that way. Its impact was absolutely huge. And I really like Jesus of Suburbia and Homecoming, the two 9-minute tracks that are split into 4 parts, the storytelling of them. I think they're some of the most inventive music I'd ever heard Green Day do, and I still think they're really, really good songs. I don't like a lot of that album. I'm not really a big fan of it at all, but it sold millions and millions and millions, and it was a game changer. It was, yeah. Seminal album.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't agree, obviously.
Well,
Well, we can't argue with sales, unfortunately.
no, we can't.
No, you can't.
Well, so ABBA records.
But yeah, seminal albums, unfortunately, yeah. Where we like.
It doesn't mean they're good.
Yeah, of course it doesn't mean
Because
everything.
everything's
I
like-
literally said I don't like a lot what's American
Yeah.
Idiot. For it to be similar, I would expect that album to be. I would expect it to be the Blackening, or as you said in the Machine Head one, where it's from start to finish perfect. But I listen to American Idiot. I can't stand. What's
Stop
that?
arguing, Carl.
I walk the lonely road. What's the name of that song?
Boulevard. Of
Boulevard. I
Broken
can't
Dreams.
stand that song.
Yeah.
Can't stand it. There's a song, Misery. I can't remember a lot of the track lists. Even the song American Idiot, I don't particularly care for. But like I said, the two songs, Jesus of Suburbia and Homecoming, are bangers. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like. I've realised that two of mine are kind of the same thing. They're not. They're worded slightly differently.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like roll them into one.
Go on then.
So again, with everything that I've written, it starts off sounding like I'm about to go into a negative, but there is a point to it. Okay. So before they became what I see as a trend hopping, overly political band,
Right.
they were rebellious. You know, they were the kind of icons of the. I don't know what the word is, but you know, like the bums. Almost. do you know what I mean? They were like the stoner kids, and you know
They look like they might smell funny.
yeah. I think they
Like, you didn't want-
they
you wouldn't wanna
almost
get-
definitely smelled
You
funny.
wouldn't want to get too close to
Nah.
them because, you know.
But you know, they were rebellious. They were naughty. They were wild antics. There were all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I can kind of appreciate that kind of behaviour because, you know, we were all young, we all did this sort of shit as well, and I can see why people connected to them. I think the big difference for me is purely the difference in age. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
They came out after.
You were going heavier at that stage. You
I
were
was
going
a bit
heavier.
older, so, you know, the pop punk movement came out when I was already into heavier metal, so I didn't really ever get into it.
Yeah.
And the one that it kind of linked into, which was kind of secondary to that, but it's true, is that I also quite like the fact that even though they get a lot of grief for a lot of the things they do, they don't actually seem to care.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever, we do what we want. I quite like that, to be
Yeah.
honest. That to me is kind of like a punk attitude.
Very, very true. I think that's a very good point. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to skip that one because that's a silly one. But I'm going to go next. You touched upon it there. But one of the things I actually quite like about them, I just wish it resulted in better music, is that they do take a strong political stance. Only recently, part of the Revolution radio thing, I think they played an award show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have been the Grammys, one of the award show, and they used that as a platform to change lyrics to attack President
Right.
Donald Trump and
Yeah.
stuff like that. At this stage of their career, they don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
They're still taking a strong political stance. I admire any of that, you know. I admire that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Mine may get a little silly now.
Okay.
You probably noticed this already, though. I quite like their appearance in the Simpsons movie where they get drowned.
Okay, so this is now going to double up. I happen to have Yeah, The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Because
There
it's
we go.
funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's not about them drowning. It's
No, it
it's
was
the
partly
start.
that as well. It's like Green Day drowning.
But it's the fact they go down like the Titanic and stuff
Yeah, yeah.
playing. It's a funny. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, go check it out. It's a funny
It's very
fucking
funny.
scene.
I'm aware that they also would have had to approve that.
Yeah.
So fair play to them for doing that.
Yeah, they had a bit of fun with it.
Yeah,
you know.
but that did make me laugh.
Because they say the wrong town's name. That's what starts Springfield rioting.
Yeah.
And then they said the wrong town's name. Yeah. It's funny. It's a good little showing by Simpsons. And hey, Metallica have been in The Simpsons. So
Yeah,
you know what I
loads
mean?
of there, loads
yeah,
of people have.
Yeah. But I had that one as well. It was one I actually skipped because I thought that's a silly one. Come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so accessibility is one that I would use for Green Day. I think you can call it a negative almost to a point if you're an early Green Day fan, but they are incredibly accessible now. Anyone can listen to them and enjoy it, really. You know, from a young child to a grandmother. I think, you know, depending upon the song, you could play American Idiot to a kid and they're going to love the beat and the rhythm and stuff like that. Go play When I Come Around or something like that to an older person. They're going to really like it. Or Macy's Day Parade and stuff like that, the softer, more melodic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, accessible as fuck. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're probably not going to appreciate my last two because these are very much just a joke now.
Okay, well, I've got two more, so we'll alternate.
Okay. So, I appreciate the fact that they didn't release Dookie until '94 because if it had been their first album, I may have become a fan. Because I know that it blew up, man.
Well, we did say this would be stupid and
Yeah, you got to it's a bit of
Tongue in
fun.
cheek,
It's a bit
yeah,
of fun as well,
it
you know.
is.
But at the end of the day, I know that Dookie blew up for them. That was the big.
that was
They were gaining popularity. I can't remember the name of the album before, but you probably know.
Nimrod.
I don't
Did
know if
that
it was
come
before or
afterwards?
after it. There
Yeah.
was one before it which I recognise the name of. But I know that Dookie and the songs that are on Dookie basically were the ones that suddenly were on every bloody MTV channel.
Yeah.
If I was getting into the metal around then, I'm pretty sure that I would have probably become a Green Day fan. So, you know,
Thanks, guys.
I don't know if I can thank my parents for conceiving me earlier, or thank Green Day for maybe that not being their first album.
Yeah, holding it off.
So yeah,
They knew.
So I love them for that.
My second last one is that they're open about the issues they've had. Obviously, the breakdown and the issues and stuff like that. They've been quite candid about it, talking about the problems Billy Joe had and stuff like that. You know, openness when you're in a band like that is important. You know, and also ultimately when you see superstars and these important people going through similar things that you might be going through, that helps. I think it helps, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Yeah.
We are doing quite fucking opposite here. This is brilliant.
that was so serious.
I know.
Compared to what's coming next. Okay. God. I almost feel like I shouldn't. I'm going to quickly try and think of something else. Now, I like the fact that their most popular album title also represents my feelings about the album.
American Idiot?
No, Dookie.
Oh, Dookie!
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because Dookie
is a slang word for crap.
For shit, for excrement, for whatever you want to call it. And that's how I feel about the album. So I kind of like the fact that they did that play on words that I could work onto there. And I know that's not, yes, that's not as serious as it sounds. I don't like the album, that's the truth. But, you know, I was struggling here, man.
Yeah, he made it to 10, which is a round of applause. My last one's simple. It's a song. It's When I Come Around. It's a great tune. You know, yeah, it's a great song. It's one of the favourites for good reasons.
I've got one more.
Oh, wicked.
I don't know why I've got one more. This isn't. I should have used this one before because it's not as bad as those last two.
Well, brilliant. End on a good one.
It's
then.
not brilliant.
All right, well, end on a decent one.
All right, back in the old days when karaoke was a big thing, they were a handy go-to band because everything else was like stuff like ABBA. That you always had Basket Case.
That's true.
It was always there in every karaoke book. All this pop, 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 pop. Oh look, there's a Blink-182 and there's a Green Day song. Okay, I'll do that one.
Yeah. So you had your little punk influence.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, there's our 10. There's our 10 things we love about Green Day. You'll be able to see shortly 10 things I hate about Green Day. That's the second part of this series. Hopefully we'll be way more serious than this one.
We'll try.
It
is a bit of fun.
Yes, remember that. Keep that in mind.
Don't take it too serious.
Yeah, don't.
By all means, tell us in the comments why you think we're absolutely wrong or absolutely right.
Absolutely. Of course, tell us as well what you want us to cover, what you want us to love, and what you want us to do to hate as well. We'll do it.